Alrighty. Back to the hideout, I guess. You'd think that people would be happy.
I gotta give Otto the good news.
Celebrating. I guess no one knows that they killed him. But then again, I guess Drake's Fang, like, disintegrating is a pretty, visible thing, so maybe they would know. The news would get here fast, is all I'm saying.
We're seeing troops amassing at every corner.
Is there a new hunt? Oh my god, there are so many. Belcroy Desert, Empty Hovel, Cattery, The Jaw, and then something. Breaker of Worlds. Fallen Giant in the Rosarian Ruins. Oh man, we're gonna have a ton of hunts to do. That's exciting.
How may I help you today, Clive? Come again.
Okay.
I may have more for you.
Alright, so maybe what we'll do after this is just hunts forever. That's exciting.
Ah, my favorite pupil. What is it that you wish to learn? I have the details here. Thus ends today's lesson.
Clive, you're back. I am. And with glad tidings for once. Hugo Kupka is no more. Well, I'll be. All of our comrades who lost their lives back at Sid's place be smiling down at you right now.
We had a stolus from Lubor saying Drake's Fang had fallen. I expect that was your doing as well, was it?
It's a long story.
One for the history books, I'll bet.
Welcome home, Clive.
It's good to be back. You look better.
I feel it. Which means I'm coming on your next little adventure. You're not leaving me behind again.
Wouldn't dream of it. Otto. Any word on the Royalist movements since I've been away? Shouldn't you be putting your feet up? If you really want to know, go and have a word with Vivian. Thank you. I will.
Ah, the conquering hero returns. And with hardly a scratch on him.
I may have picked up one or two.
Well, the fact that you came straight to me instead of visiting our resident physiker suggests that you picked up something more important. A scent. The scent of Waludas.
The very same. But whatever plans Kupka was hatching with the Royalists, he took them to his grave. As did his men. Slaughtered by the orcs who'd taken over the Fang. Orcs, Vivian. I've never seen such creatures in Storm before. The Waludas must have ferried them over from Ash, but why? Why work to rescue Kupka only to invade his home, the mother crystal of an allied nation, and let both fall? It makes no sense.
Do you know the tale of the blind men and the Adamantus? One can often be led astray by focusing too closely on individual details. One must instead see the bigger picture. And what bigger picture is there than my map? The Kingdom of Walud claims dominion over all of Ash. It is a nation forged by the bloody conquest of Barnabas Tharm, the dominant of Odin. the Canvarian War of Independence in 849, the Battle of the Twin Realms in 865, the Battle of Belinus Tor in 873. Wheresoever his armies fought, Odin was found where the fighting was fiercest. But of late, the warrior king appears to have laid his sword to rest. Battle rages for control of the crystalline dominion. Yet Tharm sends not a single ship in support of his Dhalmekian allies. Meanwhile, the Blight ravages great swathes of ash. Yet warlike Waloed shows not the faintest interest in laying claim to untouched lands. So why go to the trouble of sending an army of orcs into the heart of Drake's Fang, only to make no attempt to claim the Mother Crystal for Waloed? It can hardly be for lack of men. Tharm's armies rival any in the Twins. No. We have not seen the last of the Waloed standard. Odin will ride again. It is but a question of when. And on that day, who will be trampled underfoot? In summary, I know not to what end the Royalists betrayed Kupka. I know only that it is part of some broader scheme. A scheme tied to the ambitions of one man.
King Barnabas.
But there is no need to wallow in confusion. If one is to cure a sickness, one must first identify the symptoms. And your Lord Uncle has volunteered to do just that by keeping an eye on the Royalists' movements.
He's really throwing himself into this.
Indeed he is. Which means all that remains for us to do is await his reports. Well, not quite all in your case. The people of the Hideaway must hear the news. Justice has been done. Hugo Kupka is dead. The wounds he left that night are still raw, especially for those who lived with Sid the longest. Tell them that those wounds might finally begin to heal. Consider it the price of today's instruction.
I've never known you to be sentimental.
What can I say? I am only human. And we are, all of us, sentimental animals at heart.
I suppose we are. Very well. I'll go and spread the word.
Well, interesting.
Here for another of my lectures.
To ask about Hugo Kupka. Kupka and the Fang were the bedrock upon which the Republic stood. Now that both have crumbled, Dhalmekia's descent into chaos is all but assured.
So what of its parliament?
You ask? Will the ministers not take it upon themselves to pick up the pieces of the crumbling nation? I doubt it. They have little love for their people,
Which
only their own
leaves
preservation.
but one man.
Which leaves but one man standing between Dhalmekia and disaster, former Field Marshal Eugen Havel. If any is to pick up the baton of command, it shall surely be he. But as the bitter tides of ire and avarice rise around him, how long will he be able to keep his head above water, I wonder? Interesting.
Harpocrates, Blackthorn, Karen. For veterans such as these, Sid's hideaway was a sacred refuge. Kupka took something from them. And now you have avenged that loss. They should be the first to hear the happy news.
Alright, let's talk to people, I guess.
Blackthorn, do you have a moment?
What is it? I'm busy.
I wanted to tell you that Hugo Kupka is dead.
This is it then. A new beginning. Under a new Cid.
I'll try to live up to the name.
I don't know. I don't know how much I feel like we're really living up to any sort of big command. You know what I mean? Like station. This is weird. It's weird that we even have to be the new Cid. It seems like it's not even much of a secret that the old Cid died.
Well, someone looks pleased with himself. It's true what I'm hearing, then.
Nothing escapes you, Lady Karen. It's true. Kupka is dead.
No more looking over our shoulders, then. Good. I'm starting to get a crick in my neck. Don't let it go to your head, though.
And I don't know why it's making us walk around to do this when it could just be a cutscene. It's busy work. I'm excited to do those hunts, though.
Ah, Clive. Have you come seeking the gift of knowledge?
No. To share mine, actually. Hugo Kupka is dead.
Oh my. Can it really be true?
Look, he's crying. He is. The big baby.
And with good reason, children. These are tears of joy. We must offer up a prayer to your parents that the heavens might weep with us. There shall be no lessons today, only thanksgiving and merrymaking. Go, put away your things.
All right. Brilliant.
Finally, a new dawn has broken.
It has.
Thank you, Clive. I cannot wait to share the good news.
Hippocrates. After Kupka fell, Ultima came to me. I need to know what he is. Have you learned anything?
Alas, no. And not for want of trying. I have scoured nigh every historical tome in our collection and found nothing. Not even the sort of conspicuous absence that might suggest a concealment of fact. One is almost tempted to conclude that such a creature never existed.
But I saw him. With my own eyes.
I don't doubt that you did. Alas, it seems you are the only one who has. To others, he reveals naught. We see only that which he leaves in his wake, like some terrible force of nature beyond the ken of mortal man.
A bringer of death.
Whether the Ultima you met with was the being itself, or merely another projection of its power, I know not. But until I do, my investigations shall continue.
Thank you. It means a lot. Right. Let's see if Otto has anything else for me.
Oh, I have to do the,
How good it is to see you, Clive.
Oh, I have so much crap to listen to first.
Look around you.
What's a far cry from the Imperial Library in Oriflamme? In 5 short years, we've amassed more volumes than most men or women might hope to see in their lifetime. No longer are the tales they contain hidden away from all but the privileged. We've liberated them, that they may fill the minds of all who hunger for knowledge. There is much more out there, and as long as I can draw a breath, I shall continue to gather what I can.
Why?
One day, a chronicle of your own adventures might even grace these shelves, or failing that, the floor.
I have said it many times.
Hugo Kupka was a murderer, but he was also a thief. A thief who robbed us of our happiness, of our hope. And though I know it is wrong to revel in the death of another, we can take solace in the fact that he will never steal anything from us ever again. It's not really that wrong. This guy was a bad dude. It's okay to feel good that he's dead. It's not a problem.
His story is ended.
Thank you, Clive.
Were you aware
that in many cities, bearers are forbidden from having children? It is believed that the ether used to bring a child into the world hastens the crystal's curse, lessening the mother's productivity. Such is the world we live in. Fortunately, Tech and Crow's parents were able to escape that world, if only for a few brief
But
summers.
what of the twins themselves?
Born in the hideaway, one touched by magic, the other spared its burden, their minds are blissfully untainted by the poisonous rhetoric of priests and politicians. They will grow up knowing there is no difference between man and bear, and they will pass that truth onto their own children, and they to theirs, until the world we live in now is but a footnote in the annals of history. While this is technically true, you know, there's no difference in terms of, like, personhood between a bear and a human. Bears can use fucking magic. like they can use magic. There is a difference. They are a much more capable and powerful group of people. So it's, again, I question the game's premise of, like, how they could even subjugate bears like this when bears are just so inherently powerful. Like, it's insane.
Yes, change will come.
And through a magic which requires no crystal to conjure, one that will endure long after the last mother crystal has fallen. So this is another thing, is that, like, obviously, like, the game wants to sidestep this, like, eugenics concept, this, like, bio-truths idea of, like, people are genetically different and, like, one is better than the other. But, like, aside from the curse, like, bears can cast fucking magic, and it's so powerful that they're used as weapons. The setting is trying to have its cake and eat it too by being like, see, we're all the same in the end. And it's like, except the ones that aren't. Except for the people with fucking superpowers.
I don't believe you've read this particular chapter before. I have quite the find for you today.
Holy Order of Shields of the Blackened Pinion. The official name of the Order of Knights established in the Imperial Province of Rosaria, who prosecute and purge bearers and those who shield them. Commonly known as the Black Shields after the color of their armor, a hue seemingly chosen to differentiate this new elite order from the silver-clad Dragoons. Unlike the heroic Dragoons, however, they are feared and loathed throughout the Imperial Province. Krieg Loit. The capital city of Hiran, or Hiran, or the Iron Kingdom, located on the boiling sea island of Ironholm, several hundred leagues off the west coast of Rosaria. Its name means charred rock in the Hirani tongue. Drake's Eye, a mother crystal which stood in the frozen wastes of the northern Stormlands, now lost to the Blight. Soon after the mother first fell, the tribes of the north, in the bid of desperation, marched south into Rosaria. She was dominant at their fore. A terrible battle ensued in which fire was pitted against ice, but eventually the Phoenix and the ducal army succeeded in driving back the invaders for a time.
If you have a question for me, I should be happy to answer it.
Again, I'm just gonna write these off because we kind of know what's happened. Like, this is just gonna say he died. Yeah, offers her efforts to escape slaves. Again, there's nothing super new here. Forgemaster of the Briar's Kiss, Ferda Lubor's accomplice. Yep, already knew that. Oliver Le Sage, second son of the Emperor Sylvester of the Holy Empire of Sombrec, and third Empress Annabella, making him half-brother to both Prince Dion and Clive. His mother has involved him in the affairs of the imperial court since he was a small child. Second in command of the Dragoons, the foremost fighting force of the Holy Empire of Sambrek, Sir Terence's sword remains ever at the ready should anyone be foolish enough to make an attempt on the life of his liege lord, Prince Dion. Born to a family of minor nobles, Terence entered the prince's service as a squire before climbing the Dragoons' ranks. He and Dion are lovers. Yay. Chieftain of the Northern Territories and Jill Warwick's father, the Silvermane. After his homeland's raids into Rosaria were finally quelled by the Duchy, his daughter was taken as a ward of the Rosfield family to ensure that he would never raise arms against them again. Who am I missing? What am I missing here? Nectar. Alright, lay of the land. We already know all this stuff. Seven high houses. These are the houses that control the economy, basically. It keeps giving me like updates to a lot of these, but like we already know everything about this. I wish this lore Bible was like a little bit more meaningful and gave more information that we didn't have, as opposed to just summarizing information that we'd already learned. Oop. But reading these helps us, presumably. It gives us stuff, so. And that's what we just learned from Vivian. The Saint in the Sectary, a Valisthean fable wherein the good knight Sir Crandall of Camelot, servant of Saint Sybil the Unshod, does battle against the evil warlock Madu. The story was a favorite of the young Clive Rosfield, and he would often act out scenes with his uncle, the young knight naturally taking the role of Sir Crandall, and his rambustious Uncle Byron making a convincing Madu. Einherjar, the flagship of the Waluder Navy, known as the Black Galleon. Alongside the Royal Cavalry, it is the pride of Walud, and it is capable of swiftly delivering elite troops onto enemy soil to make war in the name of the mighty Odin. So Einherjar are the souls that were selected for Ragnarok, I think. I know that because of Valkyrie profile. Glorious marks, missives, we already know everything about. Nothing special here. What did I miss? Oh, here we go. Conver, that's where the school was. Capital of Free Cities of Conver, located at the tail end of Titan's Wake in Southeast Storm. Old Canver is a hive of mercantile activity where one can hardly move for the trade transacted on nigh every cobbled corner. Got all those. Fine, already know that one. That's the Mother Crystal Inwalud. Mysteries of the Realm. Brand removal. We know that it's a difficult process, that it can kill people if they do it wrong. Frostwolf. Another breed of wolf from the frozen northern territories that is said to be able to conjure magics. An ancient fable from the region prominently features a frostwolf by the name of Fenrir, who is companion to the Queen of the Snows, most likely an allusion to the dominant of Shiva, and defended her not with tooth and claw, but with bolts of ice. Flame. This is cool. All right, let's see. Ever-shifting massive living flame that rose from the fiery pools of Drake's breath in what appeared to be a response to the unwarranted trespass into the Mother Crystal's inner sanctum. Possessed with both the swiftness and temper of an untamed wildfire, the creature rained fury down upon the intruders, wielding the molten lifeblood of the sacred Mount Dristanus like it were but fistfuls of mud. Griffins, don't need to know about. Scorpions, again, don't really need to know about. Curls, I think we already read their description. Flan. Massive amorphous beings capable of bending and distorting their gelatinous forms into almost any shape imaginable, making them not only notoriously difficult to find, but almost entirely impossible to kill, as most cuts merely melt back into the existing flesh within a matter of moments. These creatures can be found in all corners of Valisthea, though their heightened sensitivity to the subtleties of their environs mean their outward hue can vary wildly from region to region, hence a variety of names: Baverwa, Gelato, and Fool, by which they are known. Ahriman. Single, unblinking eye, these winged horrors ever scan the horizon, seeking their next victims. Using their singular ability to bend the very air around themselves and leap across great distances to take prey unaware. Those few who manage to survive this preliminary assault, however, are soon faced with the second horror, a crippling curse whispered from the lips of the abyssal maw, leaving them with but moments to lament their fates. I love the Ahriman. They're so cool.
You are always welcome, Clive.
All right, time to go speak with Otto again. Just a lot of lore updates this episode.
I'm telling you, it's true. I heard it from Otto's own lips.
We're seeing troops amassing at every border crossing.
You barely sat down since you came home. Vivian got you running errands or something?
Just spreading the word.
So, the professor's got a soft side, has she? I'd never have guessed.
No. She was right, though. Everyone was glad to hear the news.
Ah, but you ain't told everyone. I can think of plenty of friends back at the old hideaway who'd sleep more peacefully for knowing. Not least of all Sid. You should tell him.
You're right. I should. And I will.
Well, when you do, be sure to take Mid with you. She's been going at it hammer and tong down in that workshop of hers, trying to do her father proud. I can't remember the last time she visited the old sod's grave.
Very well. I'll suggest it.
Alright, go talk to Mid. Oh, not this way. Oh, we have new quests.
Clive!
Oh, ask about Hugo Kupka.
It was luck.
And luck alone. That saw me safely out of the hideaway that night. So many others didn't make it. I see them, you know, in my dreams sometimes. I always tell them I'm sorry that I wasn't able to save them.
But now...
I can tell them something different, that Kupka's dead, that you avenged them. And I know what they'll say back to me, so let me say it for them.
Thank you.
I guess that's nice.
Here you go.
For great justice. Move every zig. Does it just teleport me? It did. Okay. Well,
Good day to you.
We will, I guess we'll just go do all the hunts as well right now while we wait. Then again, it might be good to have Mid in our party. For them, if we are recruiting her.
The crystals we get from
Hello, Sid.
Ah, Clive. Your timing is exquisite, as always. I have a concern which you may be able to assist me with.
Go on.
There are whisperings afoot of shadowy figures having been sighted outside the village. Rustlings in the undergrowth, suspicious noises. My people fear that they are being watched. It may be no more than a surfeit of nerves, understandable in the current climate, or it may be the prelude to something altogether more dangerous. Given what I hope you'll forgive me calling your nose for trouble, I wondered if you might investigate.
Of course.
Excellent. You might begin by speaking with the good citizens of Lostwing. Listen to their tales, and make what you will of them.
All right. I will. Right. Let's see what the people of the village have to say.
So many quest markers and no idea how to get to all of them.
You all right, Sid? Something on your mind?
There is actually. Can I ask you something? Quentin tells me people have mentioned shadowy figures out in the woods. Have you noticed anything unusual?
Oh, that. No, sorry, can't help you. I heard the rumours, mind, from the lads working over at the vineyard, but none of them has seen anything either.
All right. Thanks anyway.
All right.
The crystals we get from the tailor all...
Where am I going? How do I get to these places? I am very lost. Oh yeah, I can go up, can I? Okay, this is what I wanted.
Do you have a moment? There's talk of suspicious figures in the woods. Have you seen anything out of the ordinary?
No, but I've heard something. Sound of scraping metal, like someone sharpening a sword.
Where was this?
In Lorbert's Pass. Was out foraging for herbs when I heard it, screeching out from between the trees. Ran back here as quick as my legs would carry me, and I ain't been back since.
I see. I'll look into it. Thank you.
Okay.
Seems Lorbert's Pass is our best bet then.
All
What
right.
do you say, Torgal?
I guess
Shall
we
we go
don't
and
need to
investigate?
talk to every single person. I was thinking we would need to interview all of them and then do a different thing for each of them. So the fact that we don't need to do that is actually pretty nice. Whatever this is. I like the music in this place. Gil.
You there.
Fuck! He's seen us. Get them before they escape.
What are these blackened knights
Black
or whatever?
shields. Here.
Yeah, black shields, that's what they're called.
What the hell are you doing here? What is it to you? Not that we give a damn. All that matters to us is that you don't leave here alive. Get him!
There we go. Enemy slain. So the black shields are investigating Lost Wing. That's not good. They're on us.
Why were they here? Were they planning an attack on?
Probably. Let's head back to Quentin.
Good day to you.
The crystals we get from the tail are all but worthless.
Clive, how goes the hunt for our sinister figures?
I found some black shields hiding near Lorbert's Pass. They're gone now.
Black shields. The Empress's former bloodhounds. Though they serve another master now. One who means to root out and destroy both me and those I care for. And it would appear the pack has finally caught the scent of its prey. Damn it all. I had hoped I would have more time than this. More time to prepare. But if we are cornered, we have no choice but to bite back. And bite back we shall.
I'm sorry. You're going to need to explain. Who did the Black Shield serve now? And why would that person want you dead?
Because I want him dead.
Who?
The former Lord Chief Justice of Sanbreque. All that I have built here is for him.
I don't understand. Why him? Why Lostwing?
I suppose it is better that you know the truth. I was a member of the judiciary once. So sickened was I by the injustice of this world, I swore to fight it. And fight it I did in my own small way. I saw more than a few corrupt officials condemned to the very cells into which they had thrown blameless innocents. Men to whom the law was but a scourge to turn against the powerless. And throughout, it was the Lord Chief Justice who backed me, who was my one true ally in the quest to see justice done.
So what changed?
I discovered that he hunted bearers for sport. I was a fool to think he shared my hatred of venality and vice. His support for me was no more than a facade, a means of ridding himself of his rivals, a mask to hide the rot beneath. I filed suit against him immediately. His response, however, was rather more visceral. He had my entire family slaughtered, and he faced no punishment whatsoever. I lost everything. My loved ones, my livelihood.
This slow zoom is funny.
The faith I had once held that any modicum of justice might be achieved through the courts.
It's true,
so
though.
I set about enacting my own. I tracked down every soul who served him, and slit their throats myself. But the man himself proved an altogether more difficult target. With money and power come protection. And so I saw that I would need an army of my own. I came here to Lostwing and began recruiting like-minded individuals.
And everyone here knows this is why you do what you do.
Of course. They too have lost loved ones to the bearer hunts. Seen faultless friends sent to the gallows to spare the guilty. All under the watchful eye of the Lord Chief Justice. Our wounds are the same. And our cause is the same. We are comrades. And our revenge is already in motion. We know where he hides, how numerous and well-trained his guard. What we did not know until now, however, was that his plans may already be in motion too.
Quentin.
Our time is short. He may move against us at any moment, unless we move against him first.
Swear to God, if Clive gets sanctimonious about revenge...
My friends and comrades, it begins. Make ready for war.
We literally just killed Hugo. Just because we have a bigger plan doesn't mean we didn't do that for revenge. Literally, that's what we just did. If you get all sanctimonious about Quentin right now, I'm gonna lose it.
I'm not going to change his mind.
You're right, and you shouldn't be trying to. That would make you an incredible hypocrite. Alright, we got another side quest over here. And we need to do the hunts out here as well.
My carpets.
The most fragrant herbs and spice.
Gone, just like that. And without so much as a by your leave. It's my apprentice. He up and vanished while my back was turned. I'd go and look for him myself, but I've got a bakery to run. A bakery that's now short one pair of hands. Loath though I am to rely on the kindness of strangers, I'm at a loss. Please, will you see if you can find him?
I'll see what I can do. Do you know where he might have gone?
I wouldn't be surprised if he was off somewhere mooning at Drake's Fang. He used to work there, you see. Poor fool left his heart in its hollow.
All right. Then that's where I'll start.
Well, I mean, Drake's Fang is no more, but... use your loaf. Alrighty. Guess we're gonna find out what the heck that means.